Hello, everybody. My name's Renee Barnador, and this is Soul Portal Journeys. And I'm here with two of my friends that usually don't come. So I'm so excited to see both of them. This is Jenny, and we've got Linda here somewhere. I don't know what happened to her, but she was here a minute ago. So what we always do when we start a class is we call in the archangels, and we don't just say, hey, come. We have a whole song that just came to me one day, and so we're going to sing that. And since we don't all know the words to it, I'm going to pull it up here on my little handout for the class. And we are here assembled to do a new moon ceremony. The moon is new in Virgo. It's going to be new later tonight. And I'm going to share my screen. And here we go, and here we are. We are looking at the new moon in Virgo, time to set a new intention from our authentic self, also known as the soul. Okay, so here we are, we're looking at our ceremony today. And these are the directions that we're calling in now. Why 7? Aren't there 4 directions? Well, yeah. So I started with 4 directions as a background, and then added in below, above, and within. So we're figure out where east is for you, because that's where we're starting. We're going to stand up and face east as we sing all these in. Then we're going to stand south, west, north, below, above, within. And so east is over here for me. So that's where I'm going to be standing. Spirits of the East, air inspiration, Archangel Raphael, spirits of the South, fiery creative spirits, Archangel Michael, please come. Spirits of the West, wandering spirit, Archangel Gabriel, please come. Spirits of the North, earth clearing spirit, Archangel, please come. Spirits of the lower, mother of potentiality, Archangel Santa Fung, please come. Spirits of above, for the sky perspective change, Archangel Raphael, please come. Spirits of within, heart space gives, Archangel Hanael, please come. Okay, so I feel the angels surrounding me. Notice how you feel. Notice if there you feel one stronger than the other, one direction stronger, one angel stronger. So we're going to now stay standing so that we can clear the chakras. We're going to clear the chakras vocally. I've got a harmonium right here, so I'm going to play the notes for each one of them, starting with Lamb. This is the note for and the sound for the root chakra. So we go Lam, Dam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, Om. Okay, so notice how your energy feels, if it feels different after opening and clearing the chakras vocally. You may do a different kind of activity to clear your chakras. And so how does this compare to what you might usually do? So I'm here now. We are about to do the moon ceremony, the new moon in Virgo. And I'm here now with my friend Carrie, that you guys know if you come to this often, and you may not know my friend Jenny. If you are here watching on YouTube, if you were patient and waited because we were late with technical problems, then please say hi so that I know that you're here, that you're with us, and I'll be checking the comments on the side of the YouTube video periodically to see if anybody has an issue or wants to say hi. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to pull a card that's kind of going to focus me. I like being surprised, have some kind of element of surprise every time I see a class. And so this, whatever card from my Soul Portal card deck that I created, probably 18 months ago, I created this. And we're going to see which one of these cards here, that's kind of they're spiritual insights cards, really was what they are. And I created them because I wanted to talk about spiritual insights with people. And so pulling a card for them about a spiritual insight is like an excuse to do that. So, okay, this one came up. It wants to be, this is the one that I got in my meditation this morning. So I'm going to stop sharing this right now so that you can see this better. So this is the card that I pulled up. Okay, so I could talk about this card, but I want to know if either of you have an idea about what in the world this is or what it might mean for us today. So what are we looking at? Okay. The bridge between, Jenny is saying the bridge. You can unmute if you have something to tell us, Jenny. So Jenny is looking at the bridge between. Okay, and that's good. I like that. Carrie, what do you got?
Today I got a bridge too far. And I've never felt that with that card before.
Yeah.
It's interesting that that today I would be thinking about limitations, that something is too far, that something is out of reach. When we're going to be doing, a ceremony today, that's going to be going beyond,
right,
and reaching for what we really want. So yeah, that's fairly interesting.
So that is interesting. Yeah, we're looking at when I pulled this card for myself this morning. I pull a card every morning for myself, but then I usually pull a different one, and usually a different card pops up. But when I pulled this morning, I'm like, oh, bridge between heaven and earth. And so that is something that Megan Watterson and it feels that Mary Magdalene is the bridge between heaven and earth. And so Karen, I know you've studied the Mary Magdalene class with me, and so you know in what ways Mary Magdalene was the bridge between heaven and earth. Some people believe that she was helpful, at least in the whole resurrection story, because, well, she was there. And she was there. So bridge between heaven and earth, bridge between the mundane and what happens in our ego personality that gets developed for, we're not even sure why. And then boom, we have some kind of soulful insight. And how do we bridge this grasping this like amazing imaginal realm? How do we grasp this heavenly vibrations and bring them to earth in a way that is useful to other people? So we all find a way to uniquely find that the way in which we're a bridge between heaven and earth. So we're looking at that, and we're looking at this moon ceremony as a bridge between heaven and earth, which is kind of interesting because the moon's is in Virgo right now. So it just changed. The sun changed on the 22nd from Leo to Virgo, and we are feeling the sun and the moon together in Virgo. That's what a new moon is that the sun and the moon are in conjunct. I mean, they're like right next to us on the same degree. And they're going to perfect, the new moon is going to perfect later tonight, 5:52. So some people say do not set new intentions before the new moon actually happens, and do not, do anything like that. So if you feel that way, then when I'm asking you and inviting you to set an intention or make a list of what you're going to begin in the next, that's going to last, usually new moon intentions last a month, okay? Last until the next new moon, okay? This one, we've just completed a whole bunch of things, and we're ready to start a new beginning. We're ready to start a new 2.5-year cycle. So what do you want? Make a list of the things that you want for the new, as we're coming into the new moon. Now, you may not want to do that until 6 p.m. But we're gonna go ahead and do the ceremony where we're going within, and we're touching in, and we're looking at, okay, if we just completed something and we've got all these new beginnings, what was it that we completed? So we're looking at that as a question just before this ceremony. So sometimes we think, oh, okay, well, if we had a graduation, if we had something happening, if we just got a degree in something, if we just finished a job, if we just retired, if we just got married, or we just got divorced or whatever, then there's a completion of something. But on a soul level, when we have completions of something, sometimes it's not really all that tangible for us or that other people. If I have like this amazing completion that just happened, but if I told you about it, you'd go, huh, what that happened? So but I do have a completion that you can see, because we just got a new house and we remodeled it, and they got the kitchen in the last couple of days, and so we actually have a kitchen. It's not functioning kitchen, but it's got the cabinets in it. So I'm like on the verge of completing this really long process of looking for a house, looking for where we wanted to live. We wanted to live in Mexico, but we didn't know where, and we looked at all these cities, and then we lived in Baja California for a while, in Rosarito Beach, and we're like, okay, well, we love the ocean, but there's water issues and we need trees, and so we're looking for new other places. And then we just said, no, we both love the ocean, so we should just buy right here on the ocean. So we did that, and it feels really good to be completing that process, to have a house we changed it from ugly orange to beautiful light lavender. And so we've just got all of these magical elements in the house that just reflect both my husband and myself. And so we just, we're just coming up on that completion. So that's pretty awesome. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go back to sharing the screen, because where is Bridges then on the soul portal map? So if we're looking at liminal space, which we're kind of in right now, because we're completing one thing and beginning another. We're completing one thing and beginning another. Where are we if we're doing that? So this soul portal map was helping us navigate the very space between heaven and earth, the very space that's like, okay, I can see it, I can feel it, I'm bringing it, okay, but maybe it's not in every aspect of my life yet. So we're looking here, and so I'm going to say that because we've just completed something, we've just been given like an amazing gift. We can see the gifts that we have, and we're like, okay. And now we're kind of in a potentiality. So okay, we've got this great house. So what are we actually going to birth here? What is actually, starting? What are the seeds? What is being created here? And so we're looking at that. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to keep going. So these are the items that we need for this ceremony. And I know Jenny already went to get them, and I think Carrie is probably went to get them right now. We're looking for, nobody on YouTube at this point, looking for a journal, a candle, something to clear the aura. So let's clear the aura right now. I've got aura spray, and so I'm just going to clear my aura right now and just spray. If you have sage sticks, you can use that. If you have a crystal, you can do that. Okay. So I feel that energy change when I do that. So that's interesting. And now we have a candle to remind us. We're going to light a candle with the intention of remembering that spark within us. And we're going to touch into that spark within us as we're going through this meditative ceremony that's going to end with movement and sound. So we're looking at the spark within us. We're looking at the spark in the eye of the heart. The part of us that is the bridge between heaven and earth, which is called the nous in Greek, which actually means the eye of the heart. Okay, so this is the spark. I'm seeing my candle, as the spark. I'm relating it to the spark that I know is within me. When I look within, there's a spark that I see. And so as you look at your candle, this is like our precious spark that we want to keep alive and keep going. We're bringing in more love, more joy, and more peace. So we're sparking our joy. We also want to have our water ready to go. So if you need to make your water sacred, if you want to do a Reiki symbol or another symbol on your water to sanctify it, go ahead. I have Chalice Wells water that I'm going to add a couple of drops to my water. This is the heart chakra of the world is in Glastonbury, UK. And this is the water from the white spring. There's a red spring and a white spring, and they're right there at the well. And so the whole image of being willing to go plunge at the bottom of the well in order to come back up. And as you come back up from the depths, you bring all of these nutrients from below. Okay, so we've got our water ready to go in the ceremony. And gee, I don't have chocolate today. Oh man. And then if you have a long scarf, get a long scarf. If you have a drum or a rattle, get that. And I'm going to, oh God, there's Lauren. Hello, Lauren. Good
Hello.
to see you. Yeah, Lauren is in Australia, and she woke up early today to be with us. What time is it where you are, Lauren?
Well, it's only just after 6, which is okay, but I just went, oh, I'm home and I can do this. This is awesome. So sorry I missed the start.
Okay, cool. No problem. I love it when you come. This is often. Both Lauren and Carrie were in Stories of Spiritual Awakening, so you might recognize, both of them from that. Okay, so we just were talking about all of the things that we need for this ceremony. that we're about to do. And I just realized I don't have any chocolate. So I'm going to go grab some right now. So you guys can chat if you want.
So can you quickly tell me what we need? Hi, Carrie. So we
Hi
need
there.
chocolate, a long scarf.
Rattle, either your grounding spray or like smudge stick or something, and a candle.
Okay, cool. I'm going to move my position.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I got mine. Okay, so I think it's interesting to look at patterns. We look at Reiki symbols, and this is the pattern of the sky as it's going to look as soon as the new moon, as soon as the sun and the moon are exactly at 14 degrees, and 14 degrees is a world point degree, and so we've got lots of triangles and we've got rectangles in here, and we've got a Carrie, yeah, you have a question or?
You may want to mute Lauren.
Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't make you co-host, so let me do that.
Right.
And I'm going to mute Lauren. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so being able to see the pattern and see the shapes within the patterns of aspects that are being created. This is the moon and the sun that are conjunct right now. They're both at 14 degrees, which is 14, 15. That's like the world point. It's like halfway through the 30-degree cycle as you go around the 12 to make a 360-degree circle. So we can see that there's a lot going on in the sky right now. And this is and this is like the position of the planets and what is aspecting this right now. And what is happening is that we've got this opposition of Uranus right across from this new moon happening here. And so what is going to happen tomorrow is that we get it. So this is like, okay. And so we can see that even by the next day, the pattern is different. And so we see all these two really strong lines of opposing forces, and we see a lot of triangles again, some squares, and this one looks like stars. This one looks like there's stars forming in the with the aspects. And so what we can do now is we can take the aspects of the sun and the moon in Virgo and just draw. We can draw the chart pattern into the water. So let's see. I've got the rectangle there. I've got this grand trine, and the grand trine is in air. It's an air sign. We've got the rectangle. So we've got a lot of thinking happening. We've got oppositions, and we've got a couple of, we've got the moon and the sun right together. So we've created the pattern that we're seeing in flat on the screen, but it's really happening. It's really happening three-dimensionally in the sky. And so if we can imagine all of these chart patterns, if we can imagine the moon and the sun, you know, right where we are, and we can feel the square to Uranus, and we can feel Neptune, and we can feel Venus, and we can feel all of these planets and all of this, all of the energy moving around us, that we are taking the chart and we are putting on all of that. I kind of did flat configurations, and as it is moving through this water, it was taking the aspects and making them, just instead of being flat, something I look at with my mind, it's something I'm going to take in. I'm going to take in the aliveness of this moment, of this flow of life, of things happening, of the sun and the moon talking to each other, remembering day and night, finding the balances that times at the full moon, they're completely opposed. They're like, the sun would be over here and the moon would be over here, and they'd be in complete opposition. And right now they're totally aligned, but we can't see the moon because the sun is right there. So we're looking at the aspects of that, and we've been having, at least I've been having, a really dark of the moon time where things have been really deep. Taking lots of naps, doing lots of meditation, taking lots of baths, just knowing that there was stuff happening that was happening on a very subtle level. So we're looking at these points, and we're looking at these points within us, and we're now going to be taking, as we drink this water, we are realizing, and we are asking for some more subtle awareness of the moon as it shifts around, or the sun as it shifts around, or anything that if you're more advanced in astrology, then you can ask for a more advanced question, but just more awareness of the moon and its phases would be the good starting point. So we're going to drink water on that. So we're going to take a breath in. We're going to pull energy. We're going to take another breath and pull energy up from the earth. We're going to bring that energy to the heart. Now we're going to take energy from above, and we're going to inhale as if we could inhale through the top of our head into our heart. Exhale out anything that I will need to release. And inhale up from the earth, all that earth energy into the heart. Exhale what I don't need at the top of my head. Inhale that energy from the sun and the moon together down through my crown chakra, through my brow chakra, through my throat chakra, into my heart chakra, where it expands, and then I release into the earth anything I don't need. One more inhale from the earth into the heart. Exhale out the top of the head. Inhale from above, all the influences that need to come to me from the sky into the heart, and release. And now I can place my hands on my heart, and I ask the question, the new moon question: what is being conceived? We're looking at our intention of our authentic self. We're looking at living our life in an authentic way. We're living more soulfully. We're looking within at the bridge between spirit and matter, and we're looking at what is not yet. And we are seeing what could be, and we are seeing seeds, and we are saying, what is being conceived within me on a soul level inside of me. So I'm going to give us a few minutes of silence as we ask that question over and over. What is being conceived? If you start to get an answer and you want to go to your journal, go ahead, but I'm going to give us some silence right now. Okay, and when you are ready to move to your journal, go ahead and do that. I will softly play some music for us.
I think
Okay, and if you want to continue writing, go ahead. If you want to pick up a rattle or a drum at this point, go ahead and do that. Where if you have your scarf, we can move in patterns with the scarf. We can make figure 8 patterns or triangles and squares and stars. So I'm going to up the music a little bit. It's good to move our intention into movement. If there's a yoga pose you want to do during this time, to pull in the energy, to pull in the intention that you just did. Okay. So what we were doing was we were pulling in our deepest, most soul-based intention. I don't know about you, but in my life, I've learned that a lot of times if I set intentions for what I want as my ego personality, or what I want to survive, or what I want to, you know, it just doesn't work out. So I found out after going through 3 years of moon intention journals that every intention I set that was spiritually based came true, like easily and gracefully without me realizing it. And everything that I asked for, like in the physical world, like to get a job in the library, which is what I thought I wanted, just did not work out at all. And that's when I decided, okay, and these are just going to, you know, step out of what I think I want, because the universe has a better idea than I do about what I want. And so that's when I decided that all of the moon intentions I'm going to set are, I'm going to go to the deepest part of myself and find what is happening right now, not like last week, last year, last month, last whatever it was, but right now, moving forward with what is going on right now. And then move forward with that. So that's what we did. And then we added movement to it. And now if we have any answer, if we came up with any answer to what is being conceived, and you want to share that, you can. But we're going to go ahead and think about, okay, what came up for me? What, like one phrase? And for me, the one phrase for me is a deeper relationship with my sons and my daughters. And I didn't even have biological children, so this is like this is not even something my ego wants, but this is a soul-based desire that's been moving and been developing, and I have an opportunity now, which I didn't have last month, to create a deeper relationship with my stepson, Jim's son, Jeremy. So this is like awesome. So I'm taking advantage of the timing and moving forward with the intention. So, but I'm letting go of any outcome or any fantasy that I might have about what that is going to be. So I'm going to so everybody take your intention that came up for you, and then drink your water while you're thinking of that intention. Okay, and now we're going to need help. We're going to need help. We're going to need some kind of guides, archangels, spiritual ascended masters, Mary Magdalene, So we need help. So I don't care who you ask for, but you need help beyond yourself to really bring this, what is being conceived, to fruition, to help you continue watering it. So union with whoever you feel is aligned with the energy. Okay, so I'm really feeling who is helping me on this journey, and who is helping me with the seeds that have just been planted. And so I get to address them and thank them, and feel them moving forward as I water the seeds by doing by the meditations that come to me to do. As I develop this. So, and I know Archangel Haniel is going to help me, and I know Mother Mary is going to help me on this one. So, and if your guide has a gift for you at this point, that you may that may be a question that you go in to meditation with. The next time you meditate, you might say, okay, so I know Mother Mary, okay, you're with me, what gift do you have for me? And then if you're given the gift, then you say, okay, how do I use this? How do I use this gift? Just like, for instance, I have a Mother Mary card deck. So I've got that as a gift I mean, the gift was actually given to Alana Fairchild, but within it, there's things in there for me that are gifts for me. And so I say, well, how do I use this? And I'm being shown, okay, there's meditations as part of the guidebook that are in the pictures of the cards that you pull. And I'm not necessarily to do those meditations, but to take those meditations and expand and find my own images from within that I need to work with. Okay, so I'm giving you guys now a chance to unmute and share if you want to, ask questions if you want to. We're coming to a close here, but I want to give you guys an opportunity, or you can just say, you know what, this is real private and personal, and I'm not even sure what's going to come to fruition with this, so I'm just going to stay quiet on this. That's a totally fine option, but if you want to share anything, Carrie, go ahead.
I've been asking about a new job for a while. And of course, that was the first thing that popped up. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of expected. You know, it's part of what's been going on. But it says, no, the job is just one of 4 corners of a new way of interacting with the world. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they actually gave it, you know, geometrically and everything. And they said, yeah, there's other things that are on the other corners, but all 4 points connected to a center point that was sort of down from it. And it was the eye of the heart.
Beautiful.
And I really got the sensation of the eye of the heart moving me forward, providing the true momentum in my life. And I also got the message the path will take care of itself. Well, that was a really, really powerful meditation. And then you asked, well, who's going to be helping me? And I've worked with Archangel Michael in the past, and I've also worked with three ladies I call the Three Marys.
Ah, okay.
And I know, and it was from a while ago, and I was just sort of jokingly like, yeah, it's the Three Marys, haha, you know. And now I'm like, wait a second, I know way more about the Marys, and having the Marys working with you is actually really significant. So yeah, this is going to be awesome. Thank you.
That's hilarious, because on Jim and I's way driving from Cuernavaca to Mexico City, there's a little town called Tres Marias.
Okay.
So it's a thing. So yeah. And yeah, then Mary, you know, the name Mary I've heard means spiritual teacher. So, okay. So if anybody else wants to share, great. If not, we're going to talk about what's coming up. Go ahead, Lauren.
Okay, yeah. So what came up for me too was certainly been on my mind the last few days, and it's about how I'm going to be moving my business into incorporating a much bigger picture than what I've previously held, which is helping, like, now my dog's come in, sorry, I'm going to shut my door. Come on, you can come here. Come and say hello. Hello. So I'm about to, within a month, do a webinar conference. You know, I've been invited to do a conference, and I'm also going to do a webinar, and so I think there's a blending of the two, but then the vision of actual people at the conference being more attached to, you know, the corporate side and how they can then bring it through and, you know, want it for their staff and things like that. So And so the vision was really, you know, them finally understanding as well that if each individual is empowered to actually value themselves more and, you know, believe more in themselves and be more confident and assertive, that actually the relationships within the workplaces, etc., is going to improve. And so it really is a benefit for everyone, except in the past, you know, it's always been about sort of squash the morale and the workers in a way. So yeah, it's sort of that uplifting. And so who's working with me is Lord Jesus and Mary Magdalene. So it's that sort of the assertiveness as well as the feminine and allowing. So yeah, and I asked a question of how, but how am I going to do that? And they went, that's the wrong question. You know that you're always guided and that, you know, it will just flow and appear. So do what's sort of coming through.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, Lauren does amazing work, and so that's beautiful that you're getting that vision of what you're doing is expanding even more. That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Jenny, if you want to share, unmute. Otherwise, we're going to move on. No, she's fine. Okay, okay, she's good. I'm going to. Where is it? Here it is. Talk about, yeah. Okay. So we're gonna pull this back down. So next week we've got this is the astrology coming up. We've got this is today. There's really good aspects for expansion, beauty, grace, and ease of expansion, because Venus is trining Jupiter, so it's got a really beautiful relationship with Jupiter right now. So that's helping us out. We're coming up on 9/9, which is a numerology day, and it's a day where we're recognizing our completions. And I think my kitchen will be done by totally complete by 9/9, so that'll be exciting. And and then there's 9/11 numerology, which is a call to light workers, and there were certainly a lot of people doing light work service on the 9/11 date 20 years ago. We're going to have there's a full moon on the 20th, and right after the full moon, a couple days after the full moon, we're going to move into Libra season. But the exciting news is next week's class coming up. Carrie is going to be doing a workshop for us on the energy of crystals. So Carrie, please tell us something that will make us go, yeah, we got to go. So
well, I'm really excited about this idea of sprouting, and I really love that was part of your meditation today. Is what is sprouting, what is coming about for you, and I really want to mix the concept of crystals and bringing through the energy through crystals, and also this idea of new growth. So that's going to be what I'm going to focus on, for next Monday.
Okay, so yeah, so Carrie and I didn't realize really when we said, okay, Carrie, you're going to be on the 13th. I mean, to me, I was putting together the month, and that was the space I had, but it just really works really well. What she's coming up with really works for the energy that's happening, in the cosmos. We just had a new moon where things are being conceived, and now Carrie's going to be giving us a workshop about things sprouting. So this is good. This is excellent. This is just like works really, really well into the divine timing. So I'm just hoping that a lot of people, I've heard it, that a lot of people are excited about seeing this workshop and seeing Carrie. And
remind everybody, a crystal.
Bring a crystal. Bring a crystal is important. So yeah, when I send out I think tomorrow I'm going to send out the emails in the Facebook post on this, and I'm going to remind people to bring our crystals. So Lauren.
What sort of crystal? I've got lots of crystals, but but I've never really had much connection with crystals. But I mean, I've just got them sort of lying. I like, they're pretty, but I've got it, and I know some of the meanings or whatever, so I've bought them because of that reason. So, what crystal is good to use or bring?
Well, usually select like a clear quartz crystal or a just some kind of quartz crystal that has facets to it, because I like to work with the different sides of it and be able to touch the different sides. And so I'm going to step you through a process where you can get your own messages using the crystal. So if you have a crystal with different sides to it, then that would be excellent.
That's great. Okay, thank you, Carrie. So looking forward to this. This is going to be awesome, awesome, awesome. We're going to have a full moon ceremony the following week, and then we're going to have a soul portal map reading, where like we had last week. I like to do those at the end of the month. There's people that are watching later on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. It'll be easier to find out or to be aware of what's going on. And we're going to sing now. We're going to sing We Are a Circle of Love. We're a circle of peace. So extend our hands out as if we could actually be in the same room and hold hands while we're singing this. In this circle of love, in this circle of peace, in this circle of love, in this circle of peace, I feel our unity, love, sweet security. I feel our unity, love, sweet security, in this circle of love, in this circle of peace. Okay, thank you, everybody, and hope to see